Oedipus Rex, Ignoring the Truth by Zane Bannock. Hello, today I will be talking and analyzing important quotes from Oedipus Rex. In the beginning of Oedipus Rex, Creon went to Oedipus and told him of Laius' death. This angered Oedipus.
I make this proclamation to all Thebans. If any man knows by whose hand Laius, son of Labdacus, met his death, I direct that man to tell me everything, no matter what he fears, for having so long withheld it.
This quote, lines 9 to 12, page 5, shows a perfect example of someone being blind to the truth. Despite having eyes, Oedipus fails to realize that he was the one who killed Laius. Oedipus is acting so confident, he tells the murderer to not fear and turn himself in, which is funny because when Oedipus found out the truth, he was so scared and disgusted that he blinded himself and ran away. Creon, the chorus, and Oedipus go to see the blind prophet Tiresias to find out who killed Laius. Tiresias sassily answers that he knows the truth but will not tell. Oedipus becomes furious and starts threatening Tiresias. The blind man starts insulting the king, saying that Oedipus doesn't even know who his parents are.
Listen to me. You mock my blindness, do you? But I say that you, with both your eyes, are blind. You cannot see the wretchedness of your life, nor in whose house you live, no, nor with whom. Who are your father and mother, huh? Can you tell me? You do not even know the blind wrongs that you have done them, on earth and in the world below. With the double lash of your parents' curse, will whoop you out of this land someday, with only night upon your precious eyes. Your cries then, where will they not be heard?
In this quote, lines 194 to 205, page 7 to 8, Tiresias finally lets Oedipus hear the story. He exclaimed that when Oedipus sees the truth, he will scream in agony. The blind man answers in riddles. He said that the murderer of Laius will turn out to be the brother and father to his children, and both son and husband to his mother. Oedipus believes Tiresias is lying and ignores his words, and instead accuses his best friend / uncle / brother-in-law, Creon, of Laius' death, because he suggested to visit Tiresias. Creon tries to settle the issue, but Oedipus refuses and demands to have Creon executed. Oedipus's rage is blocking his sight from seeing the truth. Oedipus did not listen to Tiresias' story, even if Tiresias was right. Oedipus refused to accept the truth because he thinks of himself highly, as he is a king, and doesn't want to be seen as the murderer that does the naughty with his own mom. In this scene, Oedipus's wife, Jocasta, enters to tell Oedipus that he shouldn't execute Creon. Oedipus starts telling Jocasta what Tiresias told him about the prophet, and Jocasta said that all this is false, because the Delphic oracle said Laius would be murdered by his son, but his son was out of Thebes. This shocks the king, as his narrative of the murder is similar. So when Jocasta continues the story, she says Laius would be murdered by a bunch of thieves. This made Oedipus ignore the truth once again, because when he killed the guy who he thinks was Laius, there were no thieves present.
Why, marauders, you said, killed the king, according to this man's story? If he maintains that still, if there were several, clearly the guilt is not mine. I was alone.
Lines 315 to 318, page 14. Oedipus is trying so hard to deny the truth. While he and Jocasta were sharing stories of the murder, he realized that he didn't kill Laius, because Jocasta said a group of marauders killed Laius. But when Oedipus was at the crossroads, He was alone. The king does not want the prophet that Tiresias told him to be true, so he keeps gathering as much evidence as possible to defend himself and prove the prophet wrong. Despite both stories being oddly familiar, Oedipus and his wife/mother, Jocasta, passed it off as a coincidence, paused their journey of truth-seeking, and simply ignored the piece of evidence in front of them.
Here, a messenger came to tell Oedipus of his father's death. This makes Oedipus and Jocasta happy because it gives them more proof that the prophet is false. Because Oedipus didn't kill his dad, his assumed dad, Oedipus, died from a medical condition. However, after celebrating, Oedipus questioned himself. Must I not be my mother's bed? This resulted in a very disgusting response by Jocasta. Why should anyone in this world be afraid, since fate rules us and nothing can be foreseen? A man should live only for the present day. Have no more fear of sleeping with your mother. How many men in dreams have lain with their mothers? No reasonable man is troubled by such things.
Ode 2, lines 64 to 69, page 16.
Yikes, that is so gross.
Obviously, I wouldn't blame anyone if they want to deny the fact that they killed one of their parents and slept with the other. However, Jocasta's response is gross. No one wants to hear us say that incest is normal and very common. She treats the subject lightly just to prove that prophecies don't come true. The queen does not want to admit to her mistakes. She wants her son/husband to agree with her that having a sexual desire towards your mom is normal, just to ignore the truth. Jocasta is not blind to the truth. She's refusing to accept it. She does believe in prophecies. If she didn't, then she wouldn't have tied the legs of her baby and sent him away. However, she only believes in the oracle whenever she wants to. And she didn't want to believe in this prophecy because it is very unethical, as it deals with her having sex with her son. But she didn't mind tying her child's leg and abandoning him in the mountains.
Many characters in this play went through something terrible that they want to forget about. So they start erasing it from their memory to ignore the truth. They live in denial as they are refusing to accept the prophecies. That is toxic behavior that they need to work on. Anyways, I hope you don't do the same mistakes that these characters did. Thank you. Bye-bye.